BFR, Rafo Jingo, my people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku, na him they carry us enter Biafra. He dey play the show, no be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, when dey for Obodo Yibo, Finland, with him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up, he go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your pikin dem. I dey tell you, he can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing dey happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down. Look, na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra, where you they cry for sins. You go also win too. No play.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024. Time 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this noble call.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing platform. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program, wherever you are joining from. If you have not yet subscribed to this very channel, what are you waiting for? Please kindly subscribe, like, and share the program to all platforms. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the recipients. Wonderful Biafrans. Remember, this is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform where we bring information coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile. A platform where we bring information that is coming from the Zoological Republic about their criminality and the evil they are perpetrating against the Biafrans. In this platform, we say things the way they are without being politically correct. Nothing is kept back. Today is the 2nd of November, 2024, and we have come once again. It is weekend and Saturday. Remember, Saturday is a very special day, a day that Biafrans come together to raise funds for the restoration of independent state of Biafra. Today, fundraising is going to be massive. Wherever you are, please make sure you connect to the fundraising. Make sure you are there to play your own part. The fundraising is ongoing and it will continue until we secure our freedom. We are the ones sponsoring our freedom. There is no government anywhere. There is no organization sponsoring the freedom of Biafra except you, the Biafran people. And we must have to continue to participate on the fundraising every weekend like today. Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to guide and protect every one of us. My fellow Biafrans, remember the warning that has been coming for a very long time about the Islamization of Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken about it. People called it a joke. They called him different kinds of names. Our Prime Minister talked about it. They call him names. We preach about it on our platform. They call us names. But today, finally, it is now coming to the open. And today, moves are being made in their assembly to make sure it is being placed in the law. And after this thing was released, the information was circulating, people are still pretending not to see it. The Zoological Republic One Nigeria needs to stay silent. In a secular country, somebody is proposing to implement Sharia law across the whole nation. It is sad, but finally, what we have been talking about for a very long time has come to play. And for the record, if you have not seen information on this, you have not had discussion about this, I want to share with you one of the discussion that was made about this for you to know that the Islamization of Nigeria is something that is going to happen. It is not maybe. It's not a question of maybe. The only thing that can stop it is to end the zoo. The only thing that can stop it is the disintegration of Nigeria. Apart from that, nobody can stop it. It must surely happen. If you doubt it, Watch this video from beginning to the end. You will understand that the stage is set for Islamization of Nigeria. Let's watch.
What I'm requiring is the removal of section, the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution.
Okay, so that's a background because I remember that bill that was moved on the floor of the House of Representatives about the expansion of certain provisions of the Islamic laws. And then there was a lot of uproar in different parts of the country as well, many not understanding what is going on here. And then, who knows, Mr. Kanu allow me, then his narratives, what he has spoken about some time ago, many trying to see if they could connect the dots. But let's listen to this one before we come back to him.
If a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the Commander-in-Chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized. It's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Makwe that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. So if I could follow up on that.
Well, he's here with us now. That was several years ago. Colonel Nnamdi, former Navy commander, professor of global security studies, also Nigerian Defense Academy. Good morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much. After 3 years, we have seen again.
I know, several things must have been going through your mind when you saw all of those bills, the propositions, the narrative, the comments making the rounds only recently, even though 3 years after you made that comment. So tell us, what was going through your mind when you saw all of these things as though they were playing out what you had spoken of earlier?
It just basically confirmed my fears, you know. When I was saying those things, a lot of colleagues didn't like what I was saying. Some people felt that I'm anti-Islam. My dear, I'm from a Muslim background because my grandmother, married a Muslim man after the husband died, and all my cousins, all my sisters, grandchildren, they are Muslim. I'm from a Muslim background. And I don't know, General Adam Bazal will attest to it that when I took him with the Minister of Defense, to Italy, they were my guests in Italy. And I took them to the largest mosque in Milan, and we prayed together in the mosque. And I think I will tell you, I took him to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Israel to pray. And I have nothing against Israel, but you see, we are talking about identity and governance in this country. Identity and governance. It is so discouraging to know that at this century, we are still at this level of religious understanding. We are still at this level where I would say most of the things that we
have to understand
call religion, either Christianity, Islam, are basically
in the justice system
some historical books that were plagiarized by most of the religions. I don't want to be specific. These are ancient historical books that were plagiarized, and people decide to use them to either enslave you or take over your land and so on. And I'm really discouraged because at this level, Nigerians are so uneducated when it comes to religion. That the Arabs, the British, the Romans, they use religion actually to capture your state, to enslave you. We look at most of the religions, I don't want to be specific, they all practice slavery and also. So for us to be at this point where we're supposed to be talking about the hunger that is pervasive in Nigeria today, the inflation rate,
the whole world, and
the poverty, we are basically sitting in the hallowed chamber, and what we can discuss is that they want to remove personal from something. And that's what they are going there to do. When people are dying, people are committing suicide, families are collapsing.
We are concerned about the
and they will sit down there and start talking about removing personal so that they can basically Islamize the country finally, because once you remove that personal, technically now Nigeria is Islamized.
All right, I want to be able to get the understanding of that, because the places, the sections that were sought, the places that they were looking for amendments to, sections 24, 262, 277, and 288. And what I'm seeing here, Ali Musao, at the time when he suggested these changes in the 1999 Constitution, removing the word personal whenever it is mentioned from the section, allowing Islamic law to stand on its own. Explain to me the correlation between that and Islamizing the country, just so we can understand where you're coming from on this debate.
Dignitaries are going to
where I'm coming from is very simple. We may think it's semantic, but it is not. Let's not just talk about issue of marriage, things that are personal, maybe inheritance, maybe divorce, But if you look at the antecedents, Sanfala started this by introducing something that is taking care of criminal laws. Okay? So now they want to extend it. Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 Constitution, it is a fraud already. That Constitution is a fraud. Now what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interests of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they're not giving independence and match you people to work together.
To correct the wrong of the old.
That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started.
There is no point to argue with anybody. Whoever
86, Babangida came with OIC stuff.
It's okay.
Tried to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia.
Identity are ready to go back to where they are.
Today now, they want to consolidate it.
No man born of
Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law.
And we must be free.
Because they put it in the Constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said, personal matters, that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. Is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey, they were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, it's an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years. They will Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together, or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, so to on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, we have now North Sudan, South Sudan. I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have enough, they remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research, and you're beginning to understand. You begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the constitution, want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know. They may not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years' time. If it's not 10 years' time, it may be 50 years. They are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what you should be discussing with people should try to understand we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing indirectly, and they deliberately merge us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about the British, there are several theories out there in terms of all of this Chatham House moves and why our leaders always go to the West before elections. Do you think that the influence of the British about this particular matter and more is significant? Has it waned? Is it still growing? What should be done about it?
No, what the British did is just like what the Belgians, the other, like the French, is the same method of giving you independence, but they know that you are not independent. Why do you go to Chatham House? Igboho recently wanted to talk about Yoruba nation. I saw him in Britain trying to give them letter. Why do we do that? It's because they have very strong influence. Don't be deceived. British are very subtle. They're not like the French people. They're not like the Russians. Okay, they're not like the Chinese. Very subtle, very clever. They are the one that is making this happen because it benefits them. You can't be Nigerian president if you don't get the blessing of the British.
What is their benefit, though?
I mean, the British benefit?
Yeah.
It's economy. There's no other thing. It's just to be able to take your resources. Look at Sanfara. Look at all your gold and things that are mining every day. It's not going to the CBN coffers. It's going to individuals and the British and the Arabs also that are actually orchestrating some of these Islamic things you are seeing. Jaiz Bank, this one bank. They are external. They are sponsoring these narratives, and they are benefiting by taking your resources away because they have some foolish Nigerians that they can use to help them to cut away your uranium, your gold, your silver, and so on. That's why all the time we never get leadership right. They are the one. And I don't want to talk too much, including the United States. You cannot be president in Nigeria if they don't actually give you their blessing, including France now. France is very strong. They have very strong influence on us now. How it happened, I don't really know along the line, but the French seems to be
competing. So wait, how are we dealing with all of this? If France is strong, that they have their influence on us now, what about the U.S., and China? You know, former President Buhari we had a lot of loans from China. So all those countries have influences here.
Yeah, but it's a new scramble for Nigeria. No, they are trying to re-strategize. But I tell people, you know, I lecture. I'm a lecturer, and I said that, you know, governance is not a rocket science. You know, you need three indices. You know, the first one, you need somebody with an intellect. Okay, the second one.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event, to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024, time 7 p.m. Biafra land time, venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this novel call.